Shalom. First and foremost, give all praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem. Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, teaching 100% truth. And shalom to all you Akim out there. Just get into about the mockery of Jake. And start with the book of Proverbs in 18 and hit on the curses and why we in this condition. Just Proverbs 18, I start at verse 1. Through desire, a man having separated himself, seeketh it and intermeddled with all wisdom. The scriptures say, come out of her, my peoples. And we separated ourselves to seek this law, statutes, commandments, and get away from the white man's philosophy. Verse 2. A fool have no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. A fool have no delight in his understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. We already know the white man is a damn devil. And, you wicked ass Jakes out there that refuse to hearken to the instruction, the law, statutes, commandment. When the wicked cometh, then cometh also contempt, and with ignominy reproach. The definition of ignominy basically just means disgrace, public shame. When the white man came in rulership, the first thing he did is start mocking you, Jakes, painting his own image as being godly and making you as being a disgraceful, filthy thing, which is further from the truth. Verse 4, the words of a man's mouth are as deep waters, and the wellspring of wisdom as a flowing brook. It is not good to accept the person of the wicked to overthrow the righteous in judgment. Supposed to have fair judgment. We already understand that the wickedness of this world is not going to go by righteous judgment. You're going to go by who has the most money or who has the most fame or clout, as they call it today, instead of what's right and what's not, according to the law, statutes, commandments. This is Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 15. You shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. Proverbs 18 and verse 10, the name of the Most High is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe. It's not Jesus Christ. It's not Allah, as the Muslims say. It's Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. That's the name of the Father, and in the Son's name, Yahushua. It's the name we call on. The elect will call on that name, and also the 1/3. And skip down to verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. So basically, we came into a lot of these curses. Why? Because we broke the law, statutes, commandments. We provoked the Most High and call on all types of names, different names of gods, I'm trying to say. We call on different names, and we follow the heathen ways and the heathen customs. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and what was bound down to these different gods. We broke the law, statutes, commandments. This is Ezra chapter 20, and I started verse 4 and 5. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Verse 5, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Most High, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children until the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. So, Ezra chapter 23 and 21, beware of him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. When we went serving these other gods, we provoked the Most High to wrath. And it was slavery time. Anytime we break law, statutes, commandments, it's time for slavery. This is Exodus chapter 28 and verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, where the Most High shall lead thee. No matter where Jake go, the curses follow him. You can go anywhere in the world, and they still laughing at you. No matter who it is, no matter what nation it is. If everyone want to accuse Jake of something, this is Jeremiah 24 and verse 9. And I will deliver them to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth, children of Israel being scattered, for their hurt to be a reproach, and a proverb, and a taunt, and a curse in all places whither I shall drive them. So that great multitude in Revelation chapter 7, that was Israel, the scattered tribes of Israel, And verse 10, and I will send the sword, the famine, and the pestilence among them, till they be consumed from off the land that I gave unto them and to their fathers. The land which is Jerusalem, and the peoples that's over there now are nothing but a bunch of Edomites. Psalm 60 continue on about being scattered and being mocked on by these other nations. This Psalm 60 is verse 1. O Most High, thou hast cast us off, thou hast scattered us, thou hast been displeased. O turn thyself to us again. Thou hast made the earth to tremble. Thou hast broken it, healed the breaches thereof, for it shaketh it. Thou hast shown thy people hard things. Thou hast made us to drink the wine of astonishment. The wine of astonishment, we walking around drunk from the Western philosophy. Jake is messed up with these different religions. Being a Muslim, being a so-called Christian, joining any religion that Esau throws in front of him. This is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 28. The Most High shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. The Most High blinded some of the children of Israel, the 2/3. They would not get it until they be reborn in the kingdom of heaven. They would not receive it right now. It's already been prophesied that there will be a 2/3 of Israel not understanding. So even though they laughing as we be bringing out the word and telling the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans that you are children of Israel, you know, white men say, oh, they are crazy or whatever name he has for us. We know that it's the truth. We know that these curses of the scriptures only applies to us, Jakes out there. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. America, which is Rome reincarnated, will be destroyed. You just got to continue to endure all things, endure the mockery and whatever comes our way. Matthew, this is the book of Matthew chapter 24 and verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Unto the end shall be saved, which is the elect, the 144,000, the tribes of Israel, and you 1/3. And with that, I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakadash, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, teach 100% truth, and shalom to you, Akim.